Hello YouTubers, it's been a long time since I've done a tutorial. Geez, I'm a little bit nervous, it's been quite a while. But I thought I'd get into the way that I play Fly Me to the Moon. Someone did ask, there was a request, and now I'm fulfilling it. So I'll get straight into it. I'm assuming that you're familiar with the song, but if not, it's not really a big deal. Go away and have a listen to it, of course. But it's in the key of C, or A minor, and the first chord is an A minor 7. So I put my second finger on the 5th fret of the 6th string, and I put my third finger on the 5th fret of the 4th string, and I put my pinky on the 5th fret of the 3rd string. Here's our first chord. Now you're probably wondering what I'm doing with the 5th string. I'm not playing anything on the 5th string, I'm leaning on it, so we get this little percussive sound, which I really like that. Without it, you know, if you're doing something like, it's just not the same, so I really quite like that. So that's our first chord, that's an A minor 7. The second chord that I play is a D minor 7. Okay, nothing fancy about this voicing, it's just very much a stock voicing of D minor 7. I tend to choose the voicings on really how they sound and how they all work together. So you'll see as I go on, some voicings are a bit more interesting than others, but I quite like this one. So that's a bar chord at the 5th fret. We're not using the 6th string at all. You could, if you like, play that note, but I'm not going to worry about it. So we put our third finger on the 7th fret of the 4th string, and I put my second finger on the 6th fret of the 2nd string. And of course, barring means we get the notes on the 5th fret of the 3rd and the 1st string. Now all that's happening very quickly, I know, but of course you're on YouTube, slow it down, go back, listen to it a couple of times, get pen and paper, write it down. Don't complain to me about it being too quick, come on, technology, video, etc. Alright, so there we are. Now we head to a G7 over here, so we're on the 3rd fret of the 6th string, 3rd fret of the 4th string, and the 4th fret of the 3rd string. And you can see what fingers I'm using there, but I'll tell you very quickly that's the 1st, the 2nd, and the 3rd. And I'm blocking the 5th string. Makes sense if I hit the 5th string when I say that. So there we go. Okay, that's a G7. So what we've got so far, 4 to the bar is a great way to practice these to get a feel for it, or even just to count 4, but I'll give you 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we're up to the C6-9. This is one of my favourite chords. And I play 3rd fret on the 5th string, I bar the 2nd fret of the 4th and 3rd string. Okay, and my 3rd finger goes on the 3rd fret here, and my pinky goes on the 3rd fret here. So that was 2nd string, 3rd fret, and then that's on the 1st string there, 3rd fret. And of course, don't forget, I do keep that down. I just removed that so you could see what was going on. Let's play straight through. Okay, so that's a C6-9. You're also welcome to drop the root note, which is the C, obviously, and play the G in the bass. This is a really cool trick. It sounds really fat. I love that sound, so especially if we come off that. Okay, love that sound. It sounds huge to me. Love it. Now, however you choose to play that chord, take it up 8 frets. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, sorry, take it up to the 8th fret. Or even if you're doing the version I mentioned where you're playing it from the 6th string, again you'd be muting the 5th string if you did that. Take it up to the 8th fret. Okay, here's our F. Okay, now I play an F6-9. I often replace a major 7 with a 6-9. The chord written in a typical chart might be a C major 7. And I like the C6-9. Okay, very different sound. Or a C6-9. We could call it a C6-9/G. Not really important, but as long as you know what's going on there and you can see what to do. So here, when it says F major 7, I also like to play F6-9 or F6-9/C. Yeah. Okay, so I hope you're keeping up. From here, we go to a B minor 7 flat 5. Just like the A minor 7 we played at the start, I'm now playing it at the 7th fret. Okay, but my first finger is going on the 6th fret of the 2nd string as well, and we get that's the flat 5 in the chord, in case you're wondering. Okay, now pay attention, it's a little tricky. The E7, alright, I want you to think of a good old C chord. We add the pinky, we've got the C7, we're going to just be playing that for the E7. Okay, which is our next chord after the B minor 7 flat 5. Okay, but remember we had the B minor 7 flat 5 here, and we had that B in the bass. I love the continuity of playing the same bass note for two chords where possible. So that's how I play the E7. Remember our C7 shape? That's it there, but I bring that third finger across and we get an E7/B. Okay? So we're here. So we've come from the B minor 7 flat 5, E7, and now we're at the A minor. The first chord we did, flick your pinky up one. We're taking the minor third of that chord and making it a natural third, which makes it a dominant 7 chord. Okay, so just quickly, in case you're wondering, a dominant 7 chord has a natural third, but it has a flat 7. And if you aren't well versed in your theory really quickly, it all just works off a major scale pattern. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. Okay, so I just played an A major scale right there, and you're probably thinking, but we're in A minor. Well, correct. But to fit A minor, we've made changes to that major scale, including that number 3, which is always based on the major scale, is now a flat 3. Okay, so the 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, is now a flat 7 in a typical minor key. So, all right, so that C sharp there that I mentioned was our natural third that I mentioned that in a minor key we have to make a flat third. We had that as up here, the C natural. Okay, A, B, C sharp normally, that would be our 3. We've got a C natural here, so that's a minor third. But when we push that up to a natural, okay, we've now got a natural third, but we've still got our flat with 7. So this is how you make a dominant 7 chord. Right, now that sets up the D minor 7, okay, and I think I've just bludgeoned you with enough theory. Let's keep moving. So now we're on to the D minor 7. Alright, I should mention too that last bar, A minor, it was 2 strums of A7, then we're on to the D minor 7. Now you know this chord, so I'm going to flow through this. G7 again, C, 6/9, take it up to the 8th fret. Now we just do an E, I will just play an E9. Okay, so we're now into what I would consider the B section of the song. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to play from the start really quickly so you can see everything we've done so far. So we've got... B section. You know these chords. This again, E7, A7. Okay, you can play it like that if you like. Then we've got D minor 7. Okay, so I just like to hit the E7. I don't like to do anything too fancy there. So that was the B section. If you watch that a couple of times, you should know what those chords are. In the description, I may just put the flow of the chords there because I can understand it might get a little bit confusing as to where you're up to now, and it's very important to I would probably recommend you write these chords down as you go and try and follow along. I have mentioned how long you play each chord for. Might be a bit of a puzzle, but it's all the information's there. We're now back to the A section again, so we're back to before. Okay, so what just happened then? Same as in the original B section I showed you, we go to the D minor 7, G7, but instead of going to the C, we now go to the E minor, which I play it like this, but you may want to just play the same thing you play for the D minor 7. Okay, so the A7. If you want to do that E minor 7, copy the chord from before, the D minor 7, move it up 2, and then you already know how to play that A7. We've already been through this. If you do want to use the other version, that is 7th fret on the 5th string, 5th fret on the 4th string, 7th fret on the 3rd string, and picky on the 8th fret on the 2nd string. Okay, it's like that. It's got a slightly different flavour to this. Very, very slight difference. Okay. Now I'm going to show you a variation of any of the 7th chords we've been playing from here, like the A7 or the G7 from before. With this A7, I like to take it up. So here's our C sharp, which is the 3rd of the chord. I'm going to play the C sharp here. I'm going to play the A, which is obviously the root note of the A7. And I'm going to play an E natural there, which is the 5 of A. And I'm going to play the G natural as our flat 7 like this. So I like to go, this chord can be substituted with this chord. Okay, just like this chord can be substituted with this chord. Okay, and I'm a really big fan of that. I love that sound. So let me play through that section. I love that sound. I love you. Okay, there we go. So that takes us to that C chord, and then that's a bar. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And just in my simple ways, I really like to play. Just a nice little E7 there. You can do a whole bunch of crazy stuff there, but you know what? If you're just learning this stuff, who cares? It's not really important right now. So that entails the chords. Now I'm going to talk